Welcome to Battery Guys with a Z.
All right, today we are at a customer house. I'm getting ready to install a set of 8-volt golf cart batteries at a customer house. My name is Al Reed. I'm the founder and CEO of Battery Guys with a Z. So I want to take you on the journey today and show exactly what we do installing golf cart batteries.
Today at Battery Guys Nation, we are installing 8-volt batteries into a golf cart buggy. So what I'm doing first, I'm basically using a deep socket wrench to take off these 13 millimeter bolts. So what I'm doing first, I'm basically just loosening the bolt so I can be able to get to my first 2 batteries first. Anytime when you're installing any type of 6 volts, 8 volts, or 12 volt golf cart batteries, or any golf cart batteries, you want to take a picture of the layout of the wires, just in case you get the wires messed up in the future. So before I install any batteries, I always take a picture, several pictures of the layout of the wires, just in case I forget how a wire, forget how this connects to in a system in any kind of way. It's very easy to forget. Trust me, this will save you hours of frustration if you just simply take a picture before you even begin to attempt to take off these batteries and install new batteries. Okay, for this project you will need a 13 millimeter socket. So what I'm doing first, I'm basically is going to disconnect the first 2 batteries. I took off the negative ground first. So what I like to do, I like to do 2 batteries at a time, and I like to take off wire by wire. And you see I'm slowly just trying to see exactly where I want to put the wire at. Once I decide where I want to put the wire at and everything, then I start disconnecting the batteries. As your bolts, just kind of slightly lay your bolts down into the floorboard anywhere that you don't want to lose those when you get ready to put the bolts back into these batteries. So I'm taking off 2 batteries first, step by step. Is an easy way. I don't installed over hundreds of golf cart batteries over the past couple of years, and I found this is the best way to install golf cart batteries, is to do it one by one at a time. And once you take one out, you basically just put those wires back on when you step by step. Just kind of slowly move your wires out of the way. In the future you can use some duct tape, not some duct tape, but some black tape or a little zip tie, you know, if you want to safely keep those wires from getting pinched or anything when you're taking these batteries out. On these batteries itself, it has the airflow system. So what I'm doing now is carefully just taking out the first airflow system out of the first battery that I'm going to remove, the first 2 batteries. Once you get those out the way, then you'll be able to use your battery gripper to lift up these batteries one by one out of this golf cart buggy. Just make sure you got your wires out of the way before you lift up out of any battery as well. So okay, these are my first 3 batteries I'm getting ready to insert. Today we are installing the world's best reconditioned battery golf cart batteries back into this customer's golf cart. We arrived at the customer house today that wanted our home service delivery system install service as well. So I'm taking out the first battery here. Now I'm inserting the first battery back into the buggy itself. And this gripper I'm using right here, you can pick this up at anywhere like at Amazon.com or eBay itself, but it's a battery gripper itself. I suggest getting one of these if you own a golf cart, because you're going to end up changing these batteries out several times over the lifetime of this golf cart. So you definitely want to have one of these handy. Okay, so what I'm doing is, the first battery I even took off, I'm putting the wires right back on it itself that makes sure that, hey, when I go to the next battery, I don't want to try to second guess myself where does wire go. So now I'm using my battery gripper to take out the static battery itself right now. It lifts right on up. Okay, now I'm inserting my second battery back into the golf cart itself. Okay, so now I'm connecting my ground, my negative, to my positive. See, these batteries works in a parallel system. Positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative. It's in a parallel system. Make sure you always keep that scenario going on. So that's why you want to take pictures before you even take off any wires. So I got my wires back on the first two batteries, and I just put the screws on them. Now I'm reaching over to the middle battery itself. I'm going to take that one out next. And a great way to install these batteries, you want to work on one side of the golf cart one side at a time. As you see right now, I'm working on the right side of the golf cart, these first three batteries first. Then once I do that, then I'm going to reach myself over and go to the next side of the battery itself. Okay, so I'm basically just taking off these old battery caps and putting them on the old cords we're taking off, because this customer want to leave his the water system on the new batteries that we're inserting as well. Just making sure that we got all the wires connected properly for these on the first two battery itself. Now we're going to pull out this third battery. We'll use our handy battery gripper itself and lift this battery directly out of this vehicle after we take off this last bolt. Okay, so we're going to insert the third battery back into the buggy itself. As you can see, I put the cable on first before even inserting it back into the battery box itself. Okay, just lift that up and insert your third battery into the battery box itself. Yeah, on this this right here is another bracket that holds down the battery itself, you know, keep it from sliding when you're out and about riding around. You want to make sure that you have that. It's a hook that hooks underneath this underneath the rail itself that runs on the bottom of this battery box. Okay, now we got the third battery inserted. Now we're gonna put back those water. Slowly just hooking back up the water filter itself. Okay, so now I'll finish up on this one side, and I'm gonna work my way around to the other side and finish up these last three batteries. Make sure that you want to put the cables back on each battery that you take out one by one. Make sure you don't want to get the cable lines crossed up. As you can see right now, I'm putting up this the the red cable and the green cable right back on the positive here in the corner of this one battery. So the wires you disconnected for the first three, make sure you put those wires directly back on first and put the bolts on first. It's kind of like you just get your boat started. I don't tighten up the screws itself until the very end of all 6 batteries are installed. Because you never know, you might have to go back and disconnect the battery and hook up a wire that you forgot or something like that. So just take your time, step by step. Just take out a battery, unhook a bolt, unhook a cable, and reinsert this step by step, and you would not get this screwed up. Now what I'm doing, I'm putting out this first bracket first for these first 3 batteries. And again, there's a hook that hooks underneath the bottom rail of this battery box itself. And once you get that hook itself, you'll be able to screw down the bolt back down onto these batteries. Luckily, the customer allowed me to do the job underneath his carport because it was definitely hot outside. The customer was very nice, had fans blowing 2 different directions. You probably can see the blue fan right there on the concrete itself. He had 2 fans blowing. It was hot that day. It was probably about like 95 degrees. I'm out there trying to install these batteries for this customer, and my gloves and stuff is full of sweat and everything. It's just hot out there, but we definitely appreciate the business of people using battery guys. And this is your first time coming to the channel, please subscribe, like the video if we're showing value today as well. Share the video to a golf cart owner that owns 8-volt or 6-volt golf carts, because you want to know how to install these batteries itself. And you have any ideas in the future, any comments, please leave their comments below. And we are uploading daily videos of golf cart installs, boat installs. We're doing automotive installs. We're showing you the whole process of how we recondition these golf cart batteries on our YouTube channel here as well. You know, we are considered as the world's best reconditioned battery. We're featured on a lot of couple of national TV shows, newspapers, local news, etc. But you can learn more about Battery Guys with a Z at batteryguys.com. So now I'm on the second side of this cart, seeing which wires I want to take off first. And once you do that, then you can slowly start taking out your last 3 batteries one by one. But again, you want to take pictures before you attempt to do any install or uninstall any batteries itself. It will save you hours of headaches of trying to figure out, now where did I put this wire at, or where did this wire go? Because trust me, if you get one wire crossed up, your golf cart will not move. Every wire got to be connected properly. And so far, I can say I'm probably out of 10 out of 10. I can put a pat on my back that over the years, by keeping that strategy, I have not got one wire messed up. I can say that. I guess that's why they call me the expert. But it's as simple as taking your time, taking pictures, and just step by step. You see, I got my phone out. I'm always looking at pictures, making sure that before I take this off, do I know where this wire go? I'm always looking at the pictures, because easily, when you're on the go, it's easy to get a wire crossed up. Okay, so I got my battery grip. I'm getting ready to take out this battery. I'm gonna lift straight up. This time, you see, I started to go with the center battery this time on this side. Versus, remember the first time I took out the a top corner battery first. but this time I decided to go with the center battery. And while I'm sitting here thinking about it as well, one good way to maintain your deep cycle batteries, I know that over the years they tell you want to use distilled water to top off the batteries, which is, you still can do that, but think about it. Over a period of time, if you keep using distilled water, it dilutes the acid in the battery itself. That's why your battery goes dead. That's why it's hard to maintain or charge, because you keep diluting them with distilled water. So what we actually did was we've actually formulated our own in-house trade secret formula that's ready for retail, that we sell on Amazon.com, Walmart.com, BatteryGuyz with a Z.com as well. And what this formula does is actually helps extend your battery life. Still using distilled water, we created a formula you can use, daily, weekly, or monthly. It depends on how, fast your electrolytes evaporate from your batteries itself. But this will save you a couple $100s, probably thousands of dollars, and in a few years, just because this will help extend your battery life and keep those plates clean. So one reason why your battery goes dead, because there is sulfated plates that blocks the current charge. And so with our solution, it helps keeps that sulfated plate clean and a good charge on your battery itself. So, and that formula is called BatteryGuyz Maintenance Revive Kit. Okay, so once I got the water filter off the last two batteries, I'm gonna take one of these batteries off one by one and insert these last two batteries. Just make sure though, when you take out a battery, make sure that you're putting the positive and negative back in the correct way when you're inserting the battery back into the battery box itself, because you don't want to get that battery turnaround as well. So you want to make sure you got the positive and the negative in the correct position back into the battery box. Because remember, these batteries works off parallel series. Positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative, so far. It runs in a series. And another good way too to maintain proper charge of these batteries, to keep them on a slow trickle charge. We tell all our customers, if you're not even using the cart, keep it on a slow 2 amp or something trickle charge, that it will keep the charge on the battery itself when you get ready to use your cart. But again, we highly recommend our battery maintenance formula. That's gonna keep your battery, extend the life of your battery over a period of time, versus keep using distilled water, which again dilutes the acid in the battery, which eventually your battery stop working because you have low battery acid levels in your battery. Okay, so what we're doing now is basically just taking off the cables. Okay, now we're inserting the last battery into this battery bank itself. See how easily this flows when you just take your time, do one battery one by one, and when you take off a cable, put back on a cable. One by one step that will save you hours of frustration. Just take your time and take pictures and put back on the cables that you take off easily. This is the way I have been doing it for the past several years, and like I said, right now I'm 10 for 10. And one thing I noticed too by installing these golf cart batteries, every customer house that I go to, or every customer that dropped their carts off at the facility itself, I noticed there's always a wire. It's like a red starter wire or some type of wire that is always broken. Either the end clamp, the clamp sort of like a lobster clamp, or yeah, it's normally broken off, and then I have to figure out exactly, okay, how can I wedge this wire in between a bolt and to make sure that it's gonna turn on when I connect the last battery. And I always have to tell the customer, hey, you want to get this repaired, but they just have the wire, you kind of like, you know, spliced a little bit. You could just stick it underneath the bolt itself, or a washer, and tighten down up on it, and then it will turn on the golf cart itself. Okay, I'm getting ready to put on the last bolt for this cable. You just love it when the customer comes behind you and check your work or whatever and stuff, making sure that you doing a job of their satisfaction, or things that they see they want to point out. Make sure you know you got everything down correctly itself, which is a good thing, which is a great thing. You know, you like to have your customers involved into your projects when you're out here installing golf cart batteries. You know, you want to interact with the customers, you know, and show professionalism, instead of that you love what you do, because this is, you know, I love what I do here, and I just want to provide a great service to the customer and make sure they're happy with the service and the product itself. That's what we do at Battery Guyz. We try to make sure that every customer is 100% satisfied. Like I tell the customers all the time, we're not in the battery business, we are in the customer service business, providing a service to you. Which reminds me, if we're adding value you today by watching this video, please like the video, please share the video. By liking the video, it shows the algorithm that people are watching the video. It pushes it up and pushes it out. We can help other people, show them how to install golf cart batteries properly. But thank you for stopping by. We definitely appreciate you.